Hi, this is Bino from DevilsDigest.com. We're over here after Friday's practice at Camp Arizona with offensive lineman Evan Goodman. And Evan, just talk about the camp that you're having. Obviously, you came into fall camp with the left tackle position for you to go ahead and win. You've been running first team consistently from day one of camp. How do you feel right now about your performance?
I feel really good. There's plenty of room for improvement. Every day. Nobody's perfect, so you got to keep on coming out here, giving 110% every day. The type of defense we run, you can't come out here lazy. So just every day work hard.
Do you feel it was somewhat of a challenge because you missed so much of the spring to go ahead and come, really sharp into fall camp?
No. If anything, it's just offensive line gelling faster. Because I missed most of the spring, so I couldn't really gel off the line and get there, how they do stuff like that. So that's a little bit of a challenge.
Was there any thing on your to-do list in front of mechanics, technique in the off-season that you really tried to work on coming into camp?
Probably just not kicking out too fast, not kicking too fast. Over kicking. Just getting out too fast. Because some DNs might not be as fast as the others, and you're exploding out so fast, they can easily come inside. Stuff like that.
Offensive line chemistry and cohesiveness is so important. Do you feel that this group came together like from day one of camp, or has it been still a process, you think?
Oh, no, we've been together day one since camp. Nick been here 3 years, JUCO transfer, so I know him. We were living in the dorms together my freshman year. Nick, Christian been here third year here. Billy been here since my freshman year, so we know each other. We were playing with each other on second string since we've been here. So we know each other.
A lot of people call Mike Berkovich the most patient person on this team. Really waited his turn to be a starter. But I have to think Evan Goodman is right behind him. You really have to wait your time, pay your dues to go ahead and be at the position you're at right now. When you look back at that process, Evan, what have you learned from that process, and what do you think that process, even though being on the sidelines most of the time, has helped you be the player that you are right now?
Just stay humble. Just stay humble and ready and motivated. At the end of the day, those three things. Because you always going to hear doubters and stuff like that. But you always got to stay hungry. You always got to stay motivated. And you always got to stay positive. With that stuff going on, they always say, like, transfer and stuff like that. But you know what's best for you. When your time, your time's coming. And you just got to stay positive.
So let's talk about the defensive line. How do you compare this defensive line to last year's fall camp? I mean, do you see them being different, better, or anything different?
I feel like they're more athletic. We got more speed. That's about it. A little more size too. We got Sherry playing DN. We got size of DN. We haven't had that in a while. And we also got speed like Ed Boateng and Kalen Blige. Ishmael. Speed off the edge. So that's really good.
And obviously, everybody was anxious at the beginning of the season, especially when you play a caliber team like Texas A&M on week one. But I have to think knowing that you're going to be the starter in week one, you have to be probably more anxious than you ever have been since you came to ASU.
Yeah, I'm more motivated than I've ever been. To go out and improve myself against top opponents. And I know my team's ready. I know I'm ready. I know the coach is ready. So just got there and do what we got to do.
Evan, thank you very much. And for Evan Goodman, this is Bino reporting for Devil's Digest.